Record. Okay, everyone. We are going to be. Sorry, Cassie's already distracting me. Okay. Hold on. Lauren Ansley says, I'm always adding new people on my friends list. It's such a process to print your friends list. What do you do about that? Okay. Yes, I'm constantly updating my friends list too. So, like the last time I printed out my friends list was probably like 3 months ago. And so it's a good, like for me, I think it's a really good place to start. Like you need a list of people to work from. Like, you know, your first goals in this business should be covering your own costs and advancing rank to Emerald. Like those should be your number one, get that done in the first week type of thing. So if you're really serious about reaching those goals, then you need, and maybe you don't have like people that is just completely obvious to you to ask. Then you need to have like a list that you're going off of. If you want to write down 100 people's names, then go for it. For me, I act like, I think I had about 150 to 200 conversations in the first 30 days, and I got to Diamond in 27 days. And I way more than covered my own costs. So that's what I want for you guys. I don't want anybody to be having to pay for their own Shakeology without it being covered. And the way that you're going to do that is by intentionally having a list. So for me, maybe it's because it's my personality type, I need a list to work from. Maybe you don't need a list, but I do want to go over it just because I find it helpful to, like, on days where I'm like, I don't know who to message. Oh, well, okay, I'll just go to my list then and start going through it. And then that way I'm not trying to pull somebody out of thin air. I actually have like, okay, this person might be interested just by seeing their name, whereas they might not pop up on my newsfeed ever. So I think it's a good way to jog your memory of people who, oh yeah, I went to high school with her, let me ask her. Oh, or, you know, like just people that you might have forgotten about. So let me show you guys really quick how to access your friends list, or how to download it, rather. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to this tab right here, and you are going to go to settings. And then you're going to do download a copy of your Facebook data. And then you're going to start my archive. So you're going to put in your password. Okay, submit. It's going to take a while for it to download. You're going to end up getting an email to the email that's connected with your Facebook to say that your download is ready. So then it was kind of, I'm going to cancel this because I don't need it downloaded again. But then you're going to get an email into, yeah, you're going to get the email saying the download is ready. So then you're going to go to your files and your documents. So then I go to like documents right here, and I couldn't find it. And I'm like, what the heck, where is it? So I just typed in Facebook. As you can see, I had to search for it. And then here it was right here, hidden in there somewhere. And then it was the HTML file. And then friends right here. So then I click on that, and it pulls up the sheet of all my friends. And then you can just print it from there. So it's actually pretty easy. It's a little, it probably takes about an hour for me because my computer's old. It took about an hour to download it. And then I had, you know, for me, like 44 pages of people to print. That's why it took as long as it did. So does that, did that explain it?
Kayla, when it pulled up your friends list, I saw like it wasn't in an alphabetical order. Do you know like what order it's in? Is it like who you've recently added, or is it just random?
I have no idea. As I was going through my list today and just like going down one by one, I'm like, this is so random. I have no idea what, but maybe it goes from like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't go by who I've been most recently friends with. I have no clue. My biggest suggestion, Lauren Ansley says that it has, well, it has categories like recently added and requested at the bottom. Okay.
Okay.
Or at least hers did.
Okay.
Yeah, besides that, I have no clue. The one thing I really, really recommend is to always go to their profile first. Like you don't want to just message somebody who might already be a Beachbody coach, or who might be, like you want to just kind of know what you're getting into. Like if you message somebody, for example, who's already really into health and fitness, then you might want to go straight into the coaching invitation. So how I did that, for example, was I really didn't know like who this girl was, but I went to her profile and I saw that she was super into like being healthy and fit. So I messaged her and I said, hey girl, I know this is super random and I hope you don't mind me messaging you. I know you are really into Pure Barre because I could see like she worked at Pure Barre. So I was like, I know you're really into Pure Barre and being healthy and fit. I was wondering if you had any desire in hearing about the Beachbody coaching opportunity. So for people who are already like healthy and fit and, like they might be like, why are you sending me a message? I am obviously already really into fitness, then that's when you talk about the coaching opportunity from the get-go. So, unfortunately, she said she's in a contract with Pure Barre, and it would be like, you might get that. You'll get rejected all the time. So just be prepared for rejection and know what you need to do to bounce back from that, because you can't let the rejection get you discouraged and get you down so that you don't keep asking more people. So then other people who I just like, for example, a cold invite. Or let me go back. Maybe it's somebody that you just haven't talked to in years and years. You might start off by saying, hey, so-and-so, how are you doing? It's been so long since we've caught up. What are you up to these days? Okay, so just a real, like, simple message to just kind of connect with them more. Either they'll respond or they won't. I get mine's 50-50. Not everybody responds. 50% of people don't respond at all. 50% of them respond, and then we just kind of, like, if you can get conversation going, that's what you want to do. You want to build trust. You want to build that relationship. You don't want them to think you're just trying to make a quick sale, because that's not what we're about. Ultimately, we're, about helping people physically and financially. So that's how I would just, if it's somebody who's not completely random. So then, for example, let's say there is somebody completely random. So this is how I kind of approach it, and I get the same thing, like either they respond or they don't at all. So I'll say something like, hey, I know this is super random. Always add their name into it. Hey, so-and-so. I know this is super random, and I hope you don't mind me messaging you, smiley face. I wanted to see if you would have any interest in hearing about the online fitness accountability groups I run. They have totally changed the course of my fitness journey, both mentally and physically, and we have so much fun with it. The more ladies participating, the merrier, so I just thought I would ask. So, like, it's very, my posts never say anything about a fitness program. Or my messages, they don't ever say anything about a fitness program, because then people are trying to think, or people will automatically think money, dollar signs, and we don't want people, and then when they think that, they think you're just trying to make a sale. So that's why I'm really a huge believer, and a lot of Beachbody coaches don't do this, but I'm a huge believer in letting people in your group, even if they just sign up for the free 30-day trial, or if they sign up for or if they already have a fitness program. So many people already have Beachbody fitness programs that are just sitting in their closet. So for me, for example, that's how I got started. I already had T25, I already had Insanity, I already had P90X, I already had Brazil butt lift, and they just literally sat there and got dust on them. So my coach let me into her group without buying a challenge pack, and if she had not let me in without purchasing something, then I wouldn't be here today. I would have been like, nope, whatever, I'm not spending the money. But she let me in, and I saw the community of it. I saw how much everybody loved Shakeology and how participative, if that's a word, everybody was. And you know, that's how I got sucked in, and you know, now here I am today. So for me, I always, like, I might not always advertise it on Facebook when I advertise my challenge groups, but if somebody messages me and they're like, I just can't afford it, then I'll be like, you know, well, do you already have a program, or are you interested in doing the free 30-day trial? And you can join with that. So that kind of helps people build more trust. Like I said, the biggest thing that I have done in my business is build trust and build relationships. If people don't feel like you are just trying to make a quick buck with them, then there's more likely going to be a sale at some point with them. So I'm a huge believer in that, because I think the reward that comes from that down the road is greater than just the immediate reward of a commission check. So that's how I conduct my business. You'll see how, you know, what works for you, and definitely do whatever you guys choose to do with that, but that's just, you know, how I go about it. The other thing that I want to talk to you guys about is already having in your mind what your dream team is going to be. So like a lot of first getting to rank, and I want to talk about the importance of rank, because like it's so icky to me, but it is a necessity. A lot of how you're going to first advance to rank is by going ahead and already have people in your mind that you want to talk to about it, that you're like, oh, they would really make a great coach, or they would be committed to Shakeology. You know, because ultimately that's what you need, is people who are going to be committed to Shakeology, whether or not they want to coach or not. You know, they can just be a discount coach as long as they're going to stay active. We want to try to avoid people signing up just, you know, like, who aren't really committed to Shakeology, because then it's going to mess with your rank, it's going to mess with the rank above you, it's going to, you know, like, it's kind of just a snowball effect. But ultimately, like, I think you get there first by strategizing your way up to rank. And so let me just talk about rank a little bit, because I know it's like an icky subject for a lot of people, and for me, I even feel weird, you know, like, I hate harping on it, but it really is such a important thing in being able to help other people financially, because of the way this business works. So when your first rank advancement is going to be Emerald rank. And what happens then is that you start banking your residual income. So the residual income comes from your upline placing coaches underneath you at first. Like, so now you're in Cassie's downline, and whoever she signs up after you, depending on where she places them, is going to contribute to your team volume. Like, obviously she's going to be alternating places, you know, one leg here, one person on this leg, one person on this leg, but either way, she's going to be, the people she places is going to be contributing to your team volume only once you become Emerald. So before you become Emerald, all of that volume is lost. Like, it doesn't mean a thing. So that's why it's important to get to Emerald as soon as possible and to hold that rank. Do whatever it takes to get there as soon as possible, basically. For me, it was having my husband sign up, which was, you know, a move that I did based on just knowing where I wanted to go with this business. And by placing my husband at the top of my downline, you will basically double dip the system. So it can be like, if you're not married, it can be a brother, it can be a sister, it can be a parent, you know, whoever. And then you're going to be able to, once they get to Emerald, you're going to be able to start getting residual income through their account as well. So for me now, like, I'm at a place where my husband his account brings in at least $100 a week, even when I don't touch it. And I'm getting to the place now where my mom's account will be earning a certain, like residual income, even though they don't do anything with the business. Like they don't actively build the business. It's me building my team underneath them. So anyways, I know that's a lot of information for a brand new coach, but I just wanted to stress the importance of finding a family member to sign up as a coach. Those are going to be your first customers and your first challengers anyway, because they want to support you, most likely. So, don't be afraid to ask them. Say, hey, would you mind supporting me and giving this a try with me for 30 days? And, they can always cancel it if they decide not to keep with it. But I think that's how but what you want to do is you never want to get comfortable with the amount of coaches you have. So because you never know who's going to say, I don't like this, I want to quit, or who's just not going to be into it, or who doesn't care to keep up their Shakeology order each month. So that's my biggest piece of advice, is never get comfortable with how many coaches you have. Invite people to the discount opportunity if they want to stay on Shakeology. That does you a favor, and it does them a favor. It saves them money each month, and it helps you with your rank. Not all coaches agree with that, but that's how I go about it. Some coaches will say only choose business builders, but for me, I think you never know who your business builders are going to be. I signed up initially to get the discount, and now I'm a business builder. So, I do a lot of how I conduct my business based on my experience as a customer. So, okay, before I move on, any questions?
Well, I just had one about, like, when you were talking about asking people on your friends list and reconnecting with people, how often do you talk to males? Like, do you talk to males, or are you, like, not about it, or, like, what do you do?
I'm so not opposed to talking to males. Males is not my market. Like, one of the things that you're going to learn is that you can't help everybody. So the people who are going to be attracted to you are the people who are going to connect with your story the most. Males are not going to connect with me as a mom and, like a stay-at-home mom and wife and whatever. Like, those are going to be the people I attract. So ultimately, like, one of the things we talked about this weekend was finding your ideal customer. And what you want to go about doing, how you want to go about doing that is put in there, like, exactly who they are, what type of personality do they have, what are their fears, what do they do, like, how do they spend what are their hobbies, like those are, you really, really want to zone it down on, like, a specific customer that is your ideal customer. And then you really want to be marketing to them. So, like, a lot of my posts market to moms, but in doing so, like, in doing my posts about my child all the time and incorporating him into my journey, I think I also attract women who aren't moms yet, because they can see, oh, well, if she can do it, then I can do it, like that sort of thing. So that's totally up to you. I know some coaches have luck with males. Males are typically not super successful in this business because it is a female-run business, but I'm totally not against it. I have one person, male, I reached out to yesterday, actually, because I've known him for a really long time. I know he's super into health and fitness, and I was, like, for me, it hasn't worked out yet for me to have a male coach sign on or a male challenger, but that doesn't mean it's not going to work for you. So I say ask everybody. Never, like, the other thing I say is never deny somebody the privilege of them being able to say yes to you. Don't make that decision for them by not asking them. And because so many people tell me, like, I just don't think that she'd be into it, or I don't think she'll like this, or whatever. And I'm like, so are you making that decision for her, or are you making that decision for him? So I'm, like, really passionate about letting them choose if they want to be, a part of this or not. So that could be your case with males. It's not like I wouldn't ask a male, but they're just not my market.
I was really curious because I know a lot of active duty males.
Okay.
And I know that, like, as a coach, if they're active duty, they get to coach for free, right?
Yeah.
So to be a coach, like, you have to pay the coaching fee every month. Do you have to be buying every month? Like, for me to get to Emerald, do my coaches have to, like, be buying every month and be active, or can they be, like, I don't know?
No, they have to have an order of at least 50-point volume going through every month.
Okay.
So Shakeology is 90-point volume. The cheapest one that they can do every month is just the Recover formula, which is 52 point volume. So that's what I kind of recommend for males to stay active if they don't want to be on Shakeology, and it's the cheapest way to stay active. So as a military person, they could have that $15 coach fee is waived, so they wouldn't even have to pay that. All they would have to do is keep up their protein shake every month. Every 5 weeks, there's a 5-week window. Yeah. So, but it's, I try not to mess with it too much. Like, just keep your order on the day that it's supposed to be going through. Yeah, so I really think that's just up to you. Like, I think Cassie even connects with more males than I do. So totally up to you. Okay, so I think everybody needs to start expanding their network, like, immediately, because you're going to, like, you've got your warm market, and once you run out of your warm market, then you don't want to have this period of time where you're, like, scrambling to find new people. You want to already have those people, like, starting to see your journey. The more people see your journey from the beginning, the better. So you want to be adding at least 5 new friends a day, and you can do that by looking at mutual friends, making your Facebook page public. That's super, super important. For me, I've added to my network by tagging my husband in almost a post a day, so then because my profile is public and I tag my husband in it, then all of his Facebook sees the post too. So I've gotten a lot of customers just from tagging my husband in it every day. My mom, same thing with her. Like, I'll tag her, then that way all of her news feed sees it. So that's one way you can start expanding your network. I have had a lot of success with my like page so far, and a like page takes a really long time to grow, but that's another way to expand your network. If you're a blogger, you can start a blog, and Pinterest. I haven't gotten into all that stuff because it's really overwhelming to me. So how I expand my network as of right now is my Facebook like page, and I boost posts on it. So for me, I started off boosting posts, and I started off at doing like $60 once a month. And now I'm up to, as my income grows, then you want to expand your, how much you're going to invest back into your business. And for me, so now I do $200 a month on boosting posts. So that's really helped. From boosting posts, I've been able to sign probably like 10 coaches over the last 2 weeks. I mean, not 2 weeks, over the last 2 months, based off of my Facebook like page, off of boosting posts on that. So I'm going to go over, I actually have a post that I'm going to boost. So I'm going to go over that and exactly how I do that in a minute. Sorry, I need a drink. Okay. So the other thing I just want to touch on real quick is how to consistently share on Facebook without being salesy or annoying. Some people are going to think you're annoying either way, and obviously this is not for them then, or they'll come around. So always focus on the hundreds of people that you are impacting and not the one negative person. I know that that can get some people down, especially, you know, depending on your personality type. But my biggest thing that I do, we never want to post like our links. I rarely do like the deals or anything like that. I don't feel like they really go over that well. The biggest thing that draws people to me is just being really super consistent with sharing what part of my day today has health and fitness played into my day. So that's basically how I make my posts. Like this morning, like me and my son drinking Shakeology. I have made a commitment to do a video clip every single day for 60 days. Well, 5 days a week for 60 days doing my Insanity Max 30 program. So I do that, and that's just, you know, I never really say like, this is the program I'm doing. I just share what I'm doing. You want to make it a normal part of your life. You don't want to be, I invite people to the opportunity, like at the end of every post almost, or like several times during the week, throughout the week on different posts. Like I'll invite them to the coaching opportunity. I'll invite them to the challenge group. Just in some way I invite them. But basically you just want to share your passion for it, share what it's done for you, and that sort of thing. And then that's the best way to go about it without being salesy, I think.
I'm going to interrupt. Look at this cute little homemade Robin outfit.
That is so cute.
Daddy's going to be Batman and Gavin's going to be Robin.
Aww.
Okay, continue.
Okay, the only other thing I'm going to go over is just boosting a post on Facebook because I need to boost mine. So I thought I'd just wait and boost it while I have you guys on here, so you can know exactly what I do. It's super, I think it's super, super important to invest back into your business. Like I said in the video I made today, it's, you know, this is a potentially a six-figure income business, and you really have to invest minimal in it compared to other business owners who are starting their companies and have to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars into their company and don't see a profit for 3 to 5 years and all this stuff. So I'm really big into investing back into your business as it's brand new, and, you know, not going into debt over it, just taking some of your earnings aside and putting it back into your business. So let me just show you what I do. So let me see. Okay. So this is my like page, and this is the post I want to boost right here. So on your like page, I'm going to go to boost post, and the posts that do the best for me are ones that I share my story in. So you're going to want to people you choose through targeting. And I'm going to create a new audience just because, you know, you guys, you know, I haven't gone through this with you yet. So I'm going to create an audience name. And in my post, I am talking about the coaching opportunity, and I'm talking about the challenge group opportunity. So, you know, the only other posts I've done they're either been directed towards the coaching opportunity or they've been directed towards the challenge group opportunity. So for this one, I'm just going to say coach / challenger opportunity for the name of this audience. Okay, so you want to select your countries because we only sell to United States and Canada, so obviously you want to only be advertising to them. Your age group, I put between 20 and 50 because I have women all the way from those ages. And then what you're going to do, like the gender right here, I just do women because I don't connect with males. If you want to do both, then that's totally fine. So then you just start typing things in. You want to type in your ideal customer. What do they do? Like mine's a stay-at-home mom. They might like meditating. They super healthy kids, healthy living, residual income, mamas, strong women. You know, like start targeting down your audience and try to get it. Like I'm a nurse, so I put nurses. You know, like just start really trying to minimize down your audience a lot. Another thing, I love wine, so wine tasting. I love Pinot Grigio. So like these are going to be the people that like they do this interest based off of what other people are looking at most in their news feeds. That's how they connect you with that audience. Let me think. What other things can I add in here? Anybody have any suggestions? Let's see.
Do you have anything like fall? Like, I don't know.
Maybe we can do something about like holidays.
Yeah.
Christmas and holiday season. What else? Let's think. Finances. Personal finances. What do I want to write about finances? Let's say debt-free. Debt-free. Freedom. Debt-free spending. Let's do that. Anyway, you get the idea. You can put in a whole bunch of like little things in here. I like Young Living oils. I'll put in Young Living essential oils. Okay, so I'm going to save that. And then what it's going to do is, well, not there. Over on this side, you're going to see the amount of people that you've reached. So you really want to try to make this number as small as possible. So really it's more ideal for it to be like 4,000, but it's really hard to get it down on that low of a number. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. My budget is $100. You don't want to spend, and how they do the budget is, so for example, I want to run it for 7 days. So what they'll do is they'll split it up, and I'll be spending $14.28 per day. So every single time somebody clicks on my post to look at it, that's going to cost me like 3 to 5 cents or something. So they'll continue to run this ad every day until that budget is spent. So it really irks me when other Beachbody coaches click on my post because it's spending my money on another Beachbody coach. Anyway, so I always try not to like other Beachbody coaches' boosted posts because I know that it's spending their money and I'm not their market because I'm already a coach. So anyway, yeah, there's that, and then I'm just going to press boost. Oh, and I used too much text. Okay, so I'm going to have to go back and just edit it, which I won't do with on this call. I'll do that afterwards. And it says that I've written too much text in my post, so I'll have to go and take some things out. Anyway, so that's how you do that. All right, is there any other questions before we go?
Well, I was just going to ask you about the posts and everything. Okay, so let's say it's not sponsored, and let's say it's just a regular. Doesn't it boost the post itself just by like us liking each other's posts and like having comments on there? Like, don't you normally see those in your news feed more if there's more likes or more comments or whatever?
Yeah, but it's gonna be like having okay, so Facebook works on an affinity, and I don't exactly know how it all works, but say yes, it does help your post being seen more, but what it does is it helps it being seen more by a market that you don't need to see it because it's other Beachbody coaches, and it's other Beachbody coaches other Beachbody coaches friends. And so you want to be building up the affinity more with like the people who need it. Like, so the people who are going to like and comment it, all of their friends are going to see it. So for example, yes, like I make sure to like and comment and support all of my coaches posts if I see them. But one thing we don't want to do is say like, hey, will you guys go show my post some support, because that's not gonna, your audience will grow with time, but you don't want your audience to be Beachbody because we're already all involved with it. You want it to be people who don't know about Beachbody yet.
Right.
So it's kind of complicated. I don't really understand how it all works right now. I just know that, like, don't go based off of likes. I have people who message me who have never liked or commented on a thing, and I'm like, I didn't even know you were watching me. Actually, that's usually how it happens. And so, like, I literally push post and I walk away. I don't even, like, look at the likes. I don't look at the comments until several hours later. And that's just been something that I've developed with time, because I was not like that at first. Like, I was a nervous wreck over everything I posted. And then if it didn't get a certain number of likes by a certain amount of time, I would be like, do I need to delete it? And, you know, it's just silly. So it'll grow with time. Your audience will. But yeah, no, to answer that question, you don't want, like, it's nice to be supported by other coaches, but that's not going to help your business at all.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, like, okay, what do you think about, and I don't know if you know, like, how the process works, like how Facebook does it or whatever, but what do you think about, like, if you go to someone's page, like, say you're trying to connect with someone, and, like, I go to, like, one of my girlfriend's pages, and I look at her last couple posts, and, like, I like her post, and I comment on it, will she start seeing my posts more because I'm active with her? So, like, maybe we should do that with people, and then they'll see our posts more, and, like, that's, like, its own marketing too, right?
Oh, yeah. I try to, if I know somebody's not in the Beachbody world yet, then I try to engage with their posts as much as possible. So you're going to show up more in their newsfeed. And remember, the other thing that is my pet peeve is accepting, like, for me, for example, I get so many requests every single day from other Beachbody coaches in our dynasty. So for me, when you accept another coach as a friend, that takes the place of somebody else in your newsfeed, basically. So you're going to be seeing their posts instead of somebody who, like, you could be connecting with and, you know, be helping with their fitness journey or something. So for me, I've kept my rule that I only accept friend requests from people in my direct upline, which is literally Catherine, Kelly, Liz, Katie. Those are the only 4 people in my upline. And then anybody in my downline, because I like to see what you guys are all doing. So that's where that's the extent of the Beachbody coaches that I follow. Besides that, maybe like somebody that I follow for inspiration. Like I follow like Lindsay Matway and Bonnie Engel and Nikki Johnson, and, you know, so like people like that who you're like.
You need to follow Lindsay Matway and Bonnie Engel for sure, Sarah. Bonnie Engel and Lindsay Matway and Nikki Johnson, right? That's her name?
Yeah.
They have really good ideas, and they're really helpful, too, on their posts.
Okay, I'm trying to catch up with what Lauren Ansley's asking. Okay, I'm in the area, message my warm market, and I didn't want to just start messaging my cold market. You may have covered it earlier, but my husband called. What do you suggest about expanding into my new friends? Like, even if I've looked at their page and have nothing in common, just start engaging with their page. Like, start commenting on their posts. Start liking their stuff. Like, and that way you're getting seen more in their newsfeed. And then find something. If you don't find anything to connect with them with, then just send them a message. Like, start. After you've been kind of building up your interaction with them, just send them a cold invite message. I don't know if you heard earlier when I was talking about how I send cold invites, but it's not like it's something that's literally really super short, simple, vague, saying, hey girl, I know this is super random. I hope you don't mind me messaging you. I wanted to see if you would have any interest in hearing about the online fitness accountability groups I run each month. Super short, super simple. I don't mention anything about selling a thing, and it just kind of, you know, it's not a message that's going to put them on edge. Just, you know, really short and simple. That's how I recommend starting, like, after you've been engaging with somebody for a little bit, sending them a message. So, then the next thing, I've added friends before that I didn't know were coaches until later. Do you then delete them? I unfollow them. Yes, I unfollow them. So, because I don't want them showing up. I mean, unless I really connect with them in some way and I'm looking at them for inspiration, they are taking the place of somebody else in my newsfeed who might need me. So yeah, that's the answer to that. Okay, did we go over everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks for getting on, and I'm going to stop recording right now.